What is the beauty product that you cannot live without? Has to go with you everywhere. You need it.
I would have to say, oh, that's a good question. Can I have two?
Yeah.
I definitely need like some sort of foundation just to like wake up my face. And then I like the highlighting, the highlighter, the in here, I feel like it just, those two things, and I'm okay.
Are there any particular brands that you really enjoy?
That's not particularly. I feel like I should know this. You should know I'm a former athlete, and I used to wear like basically whatever I was eating on my face only. So
Yep, I have no brand.
Taking me a long time to be able to judge properly, and I currently don't have favorite brands. I mean, look, a Chanel foundation, absolutely. Like, I die for it.
I don't think I've ever tried a Chanel foundation. I know.
Oh my God.
Wait, is that a Sephora? Because I don't even know that existed. I'm not surprised that it does because it's Chanel. But
I think it is. I haven't bought it in a long time because I use it for special occasions only.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, if you could have cocktails with anyone living or dead, what would you drink? It doesn't have to be alcohol. And, what would you guys talk about?
Ooh. Damn. I only get to invite one person?
You can invite whoever you want.
You know what? I want to have kombucha and tequila with Harriet Tubman.
Oh,
because I feel like that woman, I watched Harriet twice, that movie, and look, growing up, what she did, but then watching the movie and the specifics, I mean, this is your quintessential badass. Like, she got herself out and then went back in numerous times when people they wanted to kill her. They had a what is it called? Whatever on her. I mean, she dressed as a man. She was going up against the government. She was like going up against all these things that are happening now. She was taking them head on, and that is just one badass woman.
Hell yeah!
I feel like I wouldn't have any, like, I couldn't complain about anything in my life. I would just ask her, I don't know, advice or like her courage. Like, yeah.
I love that.
They actually used to braid the paths to freedom in the girl's hair. And so she would braid the map into her hair and the people would follow her. No. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, that's where a lot of the braid patterns, like the designs that are in the African American community now, came from. That's how they got so proficient in it. It would be the path to freedom or like messages.
Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's crazy.
Also, quick question. You said kombucha and tequila. Are you planning to mix those, or those like two separate drinks, like the before and after?
Tequila is my favorite. But I was thinking it would be a mix, but I don't think that would mix very well. So I'm going to switch it to vodka. I love a good sipping tequila, but I'm trying to go easy on the drinking. So
yes.
I'll do kombucha with a little bit of vodka.
During COVID, we all have to go easy on the drinking.
Yeah, my God.
Just day drink.
It's so easy to day drink and eat, and just like, well, nothing matters anymore. So I'm gonna eat the cake. Like about 2 weeks ago, I had one Sunday where because I'm staying with my best friend in Pennsylvania right now, and there was pound cake, like rum pound cake, and that's all I ate all day was just rum pound cake.
That sounds yummy. That's so good. Well, this kind of builds on that. So what is your ideal night, girls' night, in or out post-COVID?
I'm an indoor gal. I love hanging out with the gals at someone's house, making a nice dinner. going all out on the dinner, going all out on the drinks, cooking together in the kitchen, chatting, drinking, having fun like that. I don't love going out. I mean, I think it's overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like as you get like older in your years, I just feel like you become more selective about who you want to be around and like where you want to be, the type of environment you want to be in.
100%. Yeah.
I'd rather be able to have a conversation and loud pounding music that I have to scream over the whole night.
Right. Also, like other people coming up, like if it's like a club or something and like guys are coming out, you're just like, no, out, get away. This is about us. We're not into it.
So, Nicole, let's talk about Friendsgiving. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Movie. So funny. And I love the cast. So,
right.
And the writing and the directing. So tell us all about the process. Like, what was that like? How long were you working on it for? And how did you, like, the cast involved Kat Dennings, Malin? I know you guys are friends. So tell us about all of it.
Yeah, so it's loosely based on a true story. Like Malin and I are friends, and she was going through a divorce, and that was very sudden. Her husband left her with a 5-month-old in like September. And I was going through breakup with the first woman that I had ever dated, and she had children. And so our Thanksgivings were really sweet and fun, and it was like this little family. And so when this Thanksgiving rolled around and Malin and I were both going through breakups, we kind of had to restructure what we thought our family was, and we kind of became each other's family. And I helped her raise her son, and with a bunch of other women, we kind of lifted her up and helped her raise her son. And that Thanksgiving was a really special one, because it's really about how you handle, in life, it's like how you handle the when things happen, like it's how you handle it is the whole thing. And I wanted to eat and drink and wallow, and Malin wanted to throw a party. And so I thought that would be a fun jumping off point for a movie.
Yeah, I know that I was reading somewhere that you said it was based on a true story. And then, like, I remember we actually interviewed Malin for a magazine. I remember her talking about, like, going through a divorce and how, felt like failing in a way. So,
yeah,
seeing the reality of that in a movie, I thought it was wonderful, because, like, a lot of the times happy endings are great, seeing them, like, but seeing something real and, like, someone sharing their story, it just feels like you can connect to it.
Right.
On a personal level.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't entirely a true story. Like, I didn't poison her son with pecan pie. I wanted to, and I thought about it. I had my fork like halfway in the pie, and then I thought, wait a minute, kids can't have nuts, can they? But it scared me enough, because I was like, oh my God, I could have like really hurt him. And it's just like a funny little twist to the movie. But it's a special moment in time, because things evolve, and being gay and coming out of the closet and all that has evolved over the years. And for me, it's just, and Malin, it's just a special moment of time where we were both single. Now she's married, I'm with somebody, and we get to look back and see, the Thanksgiving that kind of like launched us into our new lives. And it's kind of cool to be able to experience this thing, this holiday in real life, and then get to make a movie about it. I mean, I know artists do it all the time, but it's the first time I did it as a writer director, and I have to say, I feel really cool.
You are really cool, and the movie's awesome. I love it.
I'm pretty much a badass, is what I'm saying.
Oh, hell yes.
Mm-hmm. So who was the first person that you called or shared the script with? And what's your idea of a perfect Friendsgiving?
Oh, so it was Malin. Like, I was writing it kind of by myself for about 2 years, and on and off for 2 years. And then I shared it with Malin, and then we we went to Ben Stiller and Nikki Weinstock. They have Red Hour together, and Mullen had worked with Ben on The Heartbreak Kid, and then they came on board, and then they shared it with Kat, and then Kat came on board. And right there, I was like, oh my God, what a cast. And then everyone else, like, it just blew my mind when people just kept saying yes, from Aisha Tyler to like Margaret Cho, Fortune Feimster, Wanda Sykes, all those gals. Like, I could not believe how many people said yes.
That's amazing. No, the cast was wonderful, and like everyone fit their character really well. And I know that that's Mullen's actual husband now, right? That played Jeff.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I have like such bad allergies today. So like if I'm sniffling.
God bless.
Thank you.
I would say my favorite Friendsgiving is one similar to that, where there's feelings shared, nobody's holding back. It's not the perfect, like, doesn't have to be a perfect holiday. Just everybody come, people bring food, you're there for the people and the fun times, and everybody's real, and you're having fun, you're dancing, you're enjoying each other's company. And if there's tears, you deal with it.
No, it's what Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving is like sharing stories, secrets, or just being together and being like real with each other. And there's like an emotional element to that holiday for sure.
Yeah, I think it's such a great holiday because it's my favorite one, actually, because it's the first of all of the holidays. I mean, I don't count Halloween. And it's a great, I think your Friendsgiving should be before your Thanksgiving. There's some like back and forth as to when it should be, but it's a great marker for your year to get to be around your friends who you could be honest with, whether you had a good year or a bad year, and you kind of like set the tone for the rest of the holidays.
Definitely. I love Thanksgiving. I love the food part.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're obviously successful and you've, I'm sure, faced your trials in the industry. So for someone who wants to follow in your footsteps, what advice would you give them?
Keep going. Keep going, but have a side hustle. Because you can do this career for the rest of your life if you really love it and you really love creating things. You could do it for the rest of your life. It may not look like what you think it's going to look like, but maybe you have a full-time job that you kind of like, but you write scripts on the side, and then you sell them, or like however you want to fit into this business. I believe there's room, and it's not about like calling up the big wigs in Hollywood or whatnot. It's about the people that you meet, and it's about your relationships. And you have to foster that, and you have to care for those relationships. And as you grow, they grow, and eventually you get to a point where you do hand a script to a friend, and you do have the ability to make it. It's not easy.
I love that. I love that. It's such good advice. That's, you know, it's true. You should really value the relationships you have. And like everybody wants to work with people that they like. I mean, at least I can say that, like, you'll have more fun. Yep. I feel like you're more passionate, and then it'll just evolve from there.
Yeah. And just look at your circle, like be around people who want to see you succeed.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. So everyone faces challenges in life. So we would like to know what challenges you've faced and how those have helped you evolve and grow. Reflecting back on your life, whatever you feel comfortable about sharing. If you have anything that you faced that's a challenge, or what you've learned from those experiences.
I think I would say, when number one, truly believing in yourself, when you don't necessarily fit into the molds that's out there, knowing trusting and loving yourself enough to not really listen to anyone else. I think I had I think I had a confidence. I had to battle with like self-confidence in my early years, and I looked to other people for my confidence, and look, you go out to Hollywood, like nobody's gonna pay you any mind. And so I think I spent some years like trying to seek approval from other people, and I think that's just a waste of time. I think you really, the love that you're looking for is really inside of yourself, and you have to find it and give it to yourself first. It's a little cliche, but
No, that's very profound, and I think it
True.
takes me to get to that level to of that self awareness to face that and to recognize that, because sometimes we just want to sweep things under the rug and we're like, I know, I don't want to acknowledge this, I'm just going to ignore it, and then you start to see the same patterns in your life, and then you really are like, okay, I got to really sit with this and like figure out what's going on in me so I can find that self love, so I stop attracting these people. Because maybe in your life too, like when you felt like you weren't confident, unconsciously you were attracting similar people on that wavelength because you weren't at that level of awareness yet, because you're afraid of it. That makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on a really good aspect of that, in that kind of whatever you, however you're like vibrating, that's what you're gonna pull in. And there's, people are a mirror for how you feel about yourself, and you dictate how, you know, people will treat you. And I think as women, we're taught to be deferential, and we're taught to be, you know, positive all the time and nurturing all the time. And you know, that's some, I don't know who wrote those rules, but they need to be broken, because we women, we're all things. We can be all things at maybe not all times, but it's it's just important to see what you're pulling in, and be able to have those boundaries, or love yourself enough to have those boundaries to go like, wait a minute, what inside of me pulled this in, because I don't feel like I fit with this, or I don't jive with the way this person is either treating me, or what they're saying to me, or if this job doesn't fit me. Or, and I think it takes a while, especially in entertainment, like, because you're maneuvering through this like kind of freelance business.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so profound and deep, and it's true. I think as women too, like we feel like we have to put ourselves in a box sometimes. Like we have to be proper with makeup, we have to get our nails done, we have to act a certain way, and that's just not real life.
No, it's not. Look, I love to feel good. I do love getting my nails done and stuff, but oh my God, if you would have seen me when I was directing Friendsgiving, I looked like a wildebeest. I did. I had an eye infection, an ear infection, because normally you get like six weeks to prep. My producer was like, "You're a first time director. We'll give you 8." By the time everything shook out, I had 3, and I was doing a major rewrite at the time, and it was, I mean, I was up all night writing, and then director prep. I would sleep from like 5 to 10, and then wake up at 10, and then go in by 11, and then just do it all over again. So I was so sick, and I wanted to have one of those cool photos of me like on set, like directing, but I just, like, my half of my eye was like falling out. So it was just like white and red and disgusting. So.
That happens though. I feel like on sets, and especially when you're doing a project that you're so passionate about, like you don't sleep and you don't like eat and you get sick, and then you're just like your adrenaline is pumping and you're excited, but then you just crash at one point. You're like, okay,
oh yeah.
Yeah. And there's something to be said for that. Like, energy that's pumping through that adrenaline when you're doing what you love.
Yep.
Yes.
I could work on set for like 16 hours a day. You put me in a call center, I'm like, I need to go home. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get me out of here.
Yep, it's the creative juices.
Yep, it's true.
So, Nicole, what's the mantra that you live by daily?
Oh, that's good. I think I'm as of late, I just keep saying like everything is working out for me and good things are coming.
I love that. It's so positive and, like let flow basically.
Yeah.
I know Chris got my back.
Yep. You hope, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, now we have some like fun questions. You can feel free to answer
Cool.
whichever you're comfortable answering. Just, some fun things. So what was the most rebellious thing you ever did as a teenager?
I took my grandfather's car at 13.
Oh my God.
And I drove into Manhattan.
No, really?
And I went to like
What?
the Village and I went to a bar.
Oh my God.
Nobody found out. They will now. And then I did it again when I was 16 with my best friend. Yeah.
I was not prepared to drive in New York City until I was in my 20s. That's impressive.
That's well, it's funny. When I was in my 20s, I remember going up and then I made a right on like 8th Ave or 9th, and I was going the wrong way. All the traffic was coming at me, and I just backed up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Anxiety attack.
Yep.
Wow. Nicole, what's the most memorable or funniest date you had or funniest pickup line that someone's used on you?
Oh God, I can't say who it was because he's an uber famous guy, and I actually had a crush on him. Well, he came over to a party that Mullen was having, and I thought to myself, and everybody knew who he was. I didn't know who he was, and we were talking. I thought to myself, "Oh, this guy is really cute." Like, and I went inside and to just use the restroom, and Saturday Night Live was on. I was like watching it, and I fell asleep. And so he thought that I left the party, and that made him like me even more. So he called Mullen, was like, "Hey, we're having a dinner party. Would you and your friend like to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And he's like, "Oh," he said 3 words that no woman ever wants to hear about a dinner party, and it was "bring your bikinis." And like,
oh my gosh,
dude. So I brought my one piece, and that's not the worst part of the what he said. He was instantly different. He was in like, I'm gonna get this girl, like I'm Mr. Hollywood mode, and he was in his little boy shorts and out of the water, so there was like beads of water going down and I was very uncomfortable. There were all these models there. I dove in the water. I had mascara all down my face. Like, this was not my best moment. He was leaning up against the refrigerator and he goes, "My grandfather has a saying." And I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And he goes, "When in doubt."
Oh my!
I was like, okay. I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Goodbye.
Yep.
That
just took your cuteness level from 10 to 1.
Totally. And at the party, we were having a really great conversation, and I was like, God, this guy is really cute. But
who has a dinner party that's also a pool party? I'm very confused by
people in LA. People in LA.
Oh my
wow.
God.
Yeah.
That.
Okay, so what is the most random DM you received on Instagram or social media?
I keep getting that one from the widow. He's a widower, and like there are a couple of like scams going around where these guys are like, I'm a widower, and now I'm just going along with it. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, you poor thing. We should go out to dinner. Oh, do you need money? Like,
That's so funny.
yeah. Former military guy is now looking, widower. If that happens to you, just keep it moving.
Oh, wait a second. I've gotten messages from someone too on like who's like in the army. They're like, "Are you married?" And they like message me from different accounts.
Yep.
This is the same person.
Yeah. I think it's a scam.
So creepy and weird. So what is a pet peeve of yours?
I think when people are like really gossipy and catty, I'm just like, come on. Like we all have our things. People have bad days. People have like, just come on. You're better than that. I don't know. I just don't have time for that BS. What's that?
They're like trying to pretend like they're warning you. They're like, "Oh, I just wanted to let you know."
Right.
So and so. Like, no,
it's like a concern. Totally. I had a friend who's like, "Do you think?" She said this about one of my friends. Like, "Do you think she minds being the breadwinner?" Like trying to be this like all cutesy and like getting me to talk more about my other friend. And here's the thing, sometimes I don't realize it and I'm like, blah, 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 yeah, I don't, blah, 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 blah. And then afterwards I was like, I feel like, wait a minute, like that wasn't pure intentions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
That tastes like Splenda in your mouth.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So what was the last thing you Googled?
Oh, should I check? Let me see. Hold on. I hope I can say it. Did anyone win Powerball last night?
That's great.
Yeah, because it was that $1 billion one. And
oh wow.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up, this is our closing question, and this is, you've heard of it. Finish this sentence. Never have I ever. What have you never done?
Oh. Cheated on anyone.
I love that.
Yeah, my best friend and I were talking about that last night, and never cheated on anyone. I just like you. I just come on, man. Like,
yeah.
Nope.
Loyalty is so rare these days.
It's not even loyalty; it's respect too. Like,
yeah,
it's fine. Your relationship is coming to a close. This isn't working anymore. That's fine. People go through phases in life, but like,
right. I'm not saying
tell that other person. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not like trying to be like, oh, I'm this perfect. I just like, I mean, in high school, I remember breaking up with my boyfriend every Friday night before the Saturday dance because I wanted to make out with somebody. So, that was not great either. But yeah, I just, no need.
I think that.
Respect.
What'd you say, Naomi?
Loyalty and respect. Gotta have those.
Loyalty and respect, and also the policy. I find this is just what I follow: is if you're gonna cheat, just be single. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, just be single. That's it. Like, if you want to do it someone else, then be like, that's karma too. Yeah. I'm a big believer in karma.
100%. Me too.
Yep.
We're just open enough to say, look, I met somebody that I feel attracted to, and then maybe the other person is too. Like, just 9 times out of 10, I believe that you can achieve what you need to achieve if you're just honest with the person in your relationship.
Yes. Yep. Honesty and respect go a long way. I really do.
I feel like we just solved maybe 50% of the problems in the world. Relationship problems. Yeah, relationship problems. Gotta feel up more, but
It's a start.
yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I feel like this went by so fast.
I know. Thanks for having me. It was a delight talking to you both.
Yeah, we'd love to stay in touch with you, and then we'll let you know when this is up.
Definitely.
Funny story. You worked on Chick Fight, and my friend Emily was a stunt, like she was one of the stunt people for Bella.
Oh yeah. I feel like we follow each other on
Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, wow. She lives in Puerto Rico, right?
I think. Well, I know we were in the same class together. She was here in New York, but I think she's been in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Recently. Yeah. She's like really dark hair.
Yes, I love her. She's awesome. She's amazing.
I watched her for it must have been a good 2 hours, do this one scene. She is a badass.
She is, and she's always working on her stunt moves. I see her videos all the day. She's always practicing.
Back kicking with her foot and then front kicking and just flipping over. She's really impressive. We had a great time. That was a fun movie.
And Victoria, I think she had a small role.
Yes, she had a great part. She and I hung out. We were kind of in the background of a scene together, and then we just were hanging out for a couple of hours.
She's so sweet. They were both in my stunt class, and it's funny that they both got the role there, just how it all worked out, and then it's all the connections, and then now I'm meeting you, so it's funny.
Small world.
Small world. Yeah.
Well, definitely keep in touch. I'm in Pennsylvania now. I'm in pre-production for a movie that I'm shooting in New York, and so definitely keep in touch.
Yeah, and I'm in New York, and Naomi's in LA. We'll have to kind of link up. COVID is over.
Yes, love that. I'm back and forth between the two, so would love to.
Awesome.
With some fun ladies.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. Talk soon.
Yeah,
bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, it didn't do it.
Oh, wait.
What are you trying?
Hey. I can't find my screen.
In the bloopers.
Yeah, this is bye, and then here we are. Awkward.
Gosh. Mine either.
Not that awkward. I mean, we're cool.
We're cool.
I'm not scared.
I'll end it, you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Oh my god, that was so funny.
I know, she's like, wait, how do I get off? She's like, bye. And then I was like, did you freeze? And I saw her eyes moving. She's like,
oh my god, that was so much fun.
Oh yeah, she was great.
It was awesome. I felt like that went by so fast.
Yeah, she was just very easy to talk to. It was a lot of fun. And she wrote a script, so she was funny too.
She's hilarious. Well, I mean, she wrote a comedy. She's been in, a lot of comedies, but this was her first directorial debut. I'm saying it right?
Yeah, directorial debut.
I can't talk today. Oh my god. But that conversation was so epic and yeah, fun. Just oh my god, I can't believe that guy.
I know, right? And bring your bikinis to a dinner party. That's so weird.
I know.
Can you imagine it's having a nice dinner party, your glass of champagne. It's let's go jump in the pool. Wait.
Oh god. I know. And I don't know if that's a Hollywood thing.
It must be, because I've never heard of that. In New York, if we're having a pool party, that's a kid's birthday party in the middle of Saturday afternoon. And dinner party is fancy. You're going out with friends and downtown, to have a nice dinner, or they're cooking something really special in their apartment.
I know. I think, but I mean, I know that people have parties by the pool because a lot of people have that in LA. for sure. So like you can be sitting outside, but like bring your bikini. Like
Or, like think about it. He said a dinner party. He didn't say a barbecue. He didn't say a get together. He didn't say a birthday party. He said a dinner party. What do you like in your mind when you're picturing dinner party? You're picturing like a bunch of classy people.
I know.
Table, like drinking wine.
Seriously. And what was it? What else did she said something else that was, I mean, she said a lot of funny stuff. Oh, the fact that she like took her car out when she was 13.
I cannot believe she drove in Manhattan
Into the city and had
at 13.
to a bar.
I know. I would have like crashed into everything. Like those taxi cab drivers are intense. Wow.
I know.
And again at 16, and no one found out. Like
13.
she took it, she came back without a hitch. Like no one found
13,
out.
right? She was 13.
Yeah, 13, and again she said at 16 she did it twice.
Oh, right. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna listen to her stories all day.
Yeah. She needs to write more scripts.
Yeah, I know. Maybe on that, like teenage girl, like getting wild, going out for the night, taking her grandpa's car. Oh my gosh, sees that, or her family sees that.
Oh my god. Her grandpa would be like, something was up.
Yep. Well, you guys, thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for more beauty cocktails and girl talk.
Bye.